Write the moon and the stars and meditation variations. Write the songs of horseflies on compost, butterflies lighting the reediest mullein spike out back. Write hope. Write the rings in your maple tree, stones skipped across open water or hurled in anger. Write protest. Write songs, rhymes, marching, shouting, cracking, frustrated tears, voices cracking the sidewalk, cracking, buckling, splitting wide, engulfing voices in awful arrogance, demanding, averting, but still, you must write it all down. Write it down. Write the abstract crazy of it all, the blood, the beaten down. How can this be the shot how many times of it all? So a friend of mine turned me on to the Tumblr blog called the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And I laughed, but it's really wonderful. It's a guy making up words for things that really should have words for them that we don't have in our vernacular or our dictionary. And specifically, my friend said, I want you to write a poem about this word. And the word is sonder. And the definition of sonder is the realization that each random passerby is living a life as vivid and complex as your own, which really we should have a word for. So now we have sonder. And I wrote this poem. And you should check it out, the Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. Wondering whether you ache with heavy weather or chew your nails to the quick, though you thought you'd mastered the trick of catching yourself before the bite. Maybe you're caught in some other sick habit to help balance the gravity of all that's pressing and vast, uneasy ballast in a fury storm, starry canines tearing the fabric of your stories. If you stop to think, do you find glory whipped up with equal parts gaudy curiosity, varied as galaxies brimming with constellations, or is it just one dull season after another, leaving you grasping for cosmic adjectives to fancy up the tedium? So you sigh and make another cup of coffee. I wonder whether you do too. So it's April, which is National Poetry Month. And I'm writing 30 poems. My intention is to write 30 poems, which I just did in November. It is not as easy as people who don't write poems think to write 30 in a month, as I'm sure you all know. I'm going to read to you poem 18, which means it's written in pen, and I wrote it this morning. And I'm going to try to read it, although there are some people in the room who would say my handwriting is incomprehensible. I'm going to try to read it. It's from the beginning, or the inspiration is a small quote from Leonard Nimoy. Rocket ships are exciting, but so are roses on a birthday. Nice. Which I should just, stop, because that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to repeat that. Rocket ships are exciting, but so are roses on a birthday. Roses deliver, but so does chicory spray, sweaty gripped by a toddler. Diamonds excite, but so do love songs scrawled in chalk across blackboard sky. Love's lyric needs no byline when adorned with adjectives tattooed above the heart. The etymology of our love affair can be traced from the air like crop marks. So, Tommy, nicely said, told you all that I have 2 books, which is kind of old news. And I'm working on something new, which I've told you all about before, so it's not that new. But I'm working on a book of, I've been working for a while with my grandmother's writing, most of which is from her when she was extremely young. And I have a diary that she kept every day for 4 years when she was in high school, in her 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade. And the whole thing is, this big, and it has about an inch of space, and she writes a teeny bit every single day, 365 for 4 years, and I've been working with those to try to create poems from them. She was a journalist and a prolific writer, but most of what she wrote as an adult is a little disappointing. She continued to keep that diary every day, but it's mostly when, in the time that I knew her, it says things like, went to the liquor store, bought sherry for bridge, the Pirates lost, that kind of thing. So it's, so I've been working with this for a while, and my intention is to put out a book that will have her writing and some things that I've created from her writing and some writing of my own about her. So I thought I would share it.
What years was that you...
So she was born in